From Fox 15 and KLAF NBC, News 15 Today starts now.
Good morning and welcome back. You're watching News 15 Today. I'm Alex Forcell.
And I'm Carter Semino. Happy Friday. Thanks for tuning in this morning. It's time to get a check on the weather with Storm Track 15 meteorologist Adam Olivier.
Yes, Adam, we're seeing some fog around the area this morning.
Not on this news desk, that's for sure.
How long can we expect?
Someone's very chipper this
morning.
morning.
It's just, I'm sorry,
it's
just so funny to me. Check in on Mondays, folks.
All right, let's talk about the weather. We're looking at some fog out there right now. Lafayette, Abbeville, and New Iberia seeing that fog currently. Actually, New Iberia, you're not able to see anything because of that dense fog around. We're going to watch that through the morning time. Just take it easy on the roadways. Give yourself extra drive time this morning. We are looking at those mid-60s across the area right now. As you head out to the bus stop, take it easy in the bus zones as well, in those school zones. We are going to be seeing that fog lingering here for the rest of your morning. But by the afternoon, 80 degrees and some sunlight. We'll talk about when we could see some rain chances in your forecast coming up in just a little bit.
Sounds great, Adam. Thanks for that. We'll check back shortly.
Well, the latest COVID-19 case numbers for the state, according to LDH, show an additional 441 cases across all 64 Louisiana parishes since this time yesterday. Lafayette Parish is reporting the most cases in Acadiana with 21,827 total cases. That's an increase of 22 since this time on Wednesday. Lafayette Parish currently has a 3.6% positivity rate for the week of February 25th to March 3rd.
Well, CVS Pharmacy announced they've nearly doubled the number of states offering the COVID-19 vaccine.
The pharmacy chain says they've added a dozen more states to the federal retail pharmacy program. Louisiana is on the list of available locations.
CVS says they'll expand their coverage as fast as the supply will allow, with the capacity to handle more than 20 million shots per month. Booking in the newly activated states will become available starting tomorrow, March 13th. Well, the highly infectious COVID-19 variant first identified in the United Kingdom may be more deadly.
British researchers compared the death rates among people infected with the new variant, known as B.1.1.7, to those infected with previous circulating strains.
A total of 227 had died among the nearly 55,000 people in the variant group. That's compared to the 141 who died among the same number of patients infected with earlier strains.
According to the CDC, over 3,000 cases of the B.1.1.7 variant have been reported in the U.S. Well, a rare and mysterious illness first reported in children who have recovered from COVID-19 is now appearing in adults.
The CDC is warning physicians and hospitals to be on the lookout. Doreen Gensler reports.
Tammy Holland thought she had dodged a bullet last fall.
I had mild symptoms with my COVID. I had a stuffy nose, and that was it.
The 54-year-old mother of 5 is a breast cancer survivor, and she worried about complications. So when the infection cleared, she was grateful. But then, 3 weeks later, she started feeling sick again.
And they said I had pneumonia in my lower left lobe. And so they gave me some medicines and sent me home. Well, the next couple of days, I started to get worse.
And soon she was on a ventilator as doctors tried to pinpoint the problem. Then her organs started failing. She was medevaced to the hospital at the University of Pennsylvania, where more sophisticated equipment could keep her alive. The entire time, her family was searching for clues about her mysterious symptoms and found an article about multi-system inflammatory syndrome in children.
All of these symptoms and this whole progression of symptoms is mirroring what was stated about these kids.
The condition, commonly called MIS-C, was first identified in the spring, with kids developing a rash and inflammation around their heart and other organs several weeks after clearing a COVID infection. Now, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention confirms adults are experiencing the same rare condition.
So instead of just taking care of the virus, the immune system actually damages the organ systems in the body.
Dr. Ermias Balai is an epidemiologist with the CDC. He says multi-system inflammatory syndrome in adults, or MISA, develops 2 to 6 weeks after someone's infected with the coronavirus. But older patients don't always have the telltale rash seen in children, which can make it difficult to recognize.
That's not of a specific laboratory test that would pick it up. But a patient who developed COVID-19 illness or infection, typically within days or weeks, and they come back with the symptoms of fever in evidence of multi-organ failure or symptom, should be considered potentially with MISA and treated appropriately.
Well, Tammy is back home now and has had to undergo physical therapy to regain her strength.
The CDC says they are getting the word out using the standard communication channels to reach physicians and hospitals to alert them about MISA and how to diagnose and how to treat it.
It's too soon to know what puts someone at a higher risk for developing MISA.
Well, the Louisiana Department of Corrections says they will phase in visitation at Louisiana's state-run prisons starting tomorrow, March 13th.
That's right. The DOC says that visitation schedules and procedures will vary by prison depending on the space available to offer safe visitation. Visitation procedures will include no contact visits, plexiglass barriers, temperature screenings, and face coverings must be worn at all times.
The DOC says if the total active cases at a prison exceeds 0.5% of the total population of the institution, visitation at that prison will be suspended immediately until the rate falls below 0.5%.
Oh, you know what that music means?
I most certainly do. It is Friday Feed.
Yeah, absolutely. We get to learn about all kind of great food in Acadiana.
Yes.
Before the pandemic, we got to enjoy it here in studio.
I was going to say, we used to get to try it too, but at least Al gets to.
At least
That
Al
warms
gets
my
to.
soul.
And, you know, Al warms the souls of all of those in Acadiana with his
He
jolly,
certainly does.
jolliness. Al, what's going on over there?
Gets us all going.
Lumberjack, soul food, and more.
Hey guys, we are moving from dessert. Now we started on the dessert first because it's going to take a little more time, right, Paul?
Right.
So now Tanya's going to get us into catfish Mardi Gras. She's already got the catfish seasoned. Tell us what happens next.
So we're just going to sprinkle some paprika on it. We're kind of creating what we call my own blackened sauce.
Ah.
And we put that in there. That's a little black pepper. And we take that and swirl that around. And the key to this, and a lot of people don't know it, is the paprika is a browning effect.
Really?
So it really gives you a good brown on it.
Now, what I love about this, she's not measuring anything. I mean...
I never do. I pretty much, sometimes I do, but most of the time everything is put on here by hand and touch and taste. So, and that's, we have
so I don't know.
a little
There
bit
you
of
go.
garlic,
She's got secrets.
onion powder,
What's the secret?
and a little minced onion, garlic in it. Then we just swirl that around, and it's really simple. And as you see, the catfish has a good color when you drop it on that grill. And we're going to take it back here,
I'm going to get out the way.
and we're going to lay it to the back. And it's always, people don't know that, but the back of the grill, everything drains back there. So you want your olive oil on your grill, put a little on there, to drain right to the back so that the fish doesn't stick. You keep it at a low temperature, not high. If you put it high, of course, everything's going to stick and be stuck to the grill. If you keep it low, it doesn't happen. And we're going to let that simmer a little bit. And that's pretty much what happens with that. We have a few other things that we add. We make a sauce for it. So when we come back, we'll do the cream butter sauce with shrimp on top. And you'll get to see that.
Hey, you know how to produce a food segment. You hear that? I mean, she's got this whole thing down. I love it. You know, Paul and I are just hanging out here being pretty. It's a tough job, right, Paul?
Yeah, that's what we do.
So we're going to come back with Tanya a little bit later on, and Paul and I will just sit here and watch her do her magic. But back to you guys in the studio, because Carter, Alex, you guys do magic every morning.
Oh, well, thank you very much, Al.
We try. At least on Fridays.
I was just saying, at least on Fridays. My mom would definitely love and get along with Tanya for sure.
You're really being a sport. Appreciate that.
Oh, yeah, you know, I can, if I can dish it, I can take it.
All righty, Al. Thanks so much for that. We'll check back shortly.
Oh, how about that? Friday. You may want to think twice before sharing your Netflix password. Find out why coming up in our Consumer Watch.
And here's a look at that commute forecast today. We're tracking some patchy morning fog out there, so use a little extra caution on the roads, but we'll also possibly be tracking some rain chances in the forecast. Details ahead.
Tax season and scam season are in full swing. Of course, in 2021, scam season's all year long. Liz McLaughlin reports on how to protect yourself just ahead. That's the most Midwestern thing I've ever heard.
From KLAF NBC, this is a News 15 Today update.
Good morning. I'm Alex Forstell with your News 15 Today update. One person is dead after being thrown from a side-by-side in Iberia Parish. It happened in the 4700 block of Coteau Road. Through an investigation, it was found that the victim was one of 3 people riding in a side-by-side to the gas station. The middle passenger accidentally hit the accelerator, causing the vehicle to hit a planter and then flip on its side, then hitting a parked truck. The accident claimed the life of 73-year-old Luciano Ramos Padron. The driver of the side-by-side did receive a citation for operating an ATV on public roadways. More charges are possible. For the very latest, our coverage continues at noon and anytime online, KADN.com. Have a great day, Katie Anna.
Welcome back to News 15 Today. We still have one more Acadiana school shooting for a state basketball title.
We do. On Saturday, St. Thomas More takes on the University LAB.
That's right. It's a rematch of last year's classic game. The Cougars won by 1 point at home, 57-56.
The Cougars just 1 game away from winning their 4th straight state title.
I'm kind of getting tired of seeing U High. They're probably getting tired of seeing us. I kind of wish I saw somebody new, but you know, Joe Spencer does a good job. Obviously, we kind of know each other, but now you know our programs, and we kind of know what to expect against them. That I'm sure the same thing with us. So, but yeah, man, what an excitement to go for. You know, Ron, I think 3 in a row is pretty special, but 4 kind of sets you apart.
Well, we aren't out of the woods yet when it comes to COVID.
That's right. The Raging Cajun softball series against Georgia Southern has been postponed because of some COVID issues in the Georgia Southern program.
The schools are planning to reschedule the series.
Turning to consumer news this morning, it's just a little over a month until tax day, and if you haven't filed yet, a scammer may be racing to beat you to it.
Liz McLaughlin shows us how scammers are targeting taxpayers this year and tips to protect yourself.
From work to shopping to finances, more of our data is online these days and ripe for the taking.
Bad guys follow the money and follow the information, and the information is definitely online.
According to McAfee, 63% of Americans are filing their taxes online this year. 12% of those are doing it for the first time. Now tax season and scam season are in full swing, with the COVID-19 pandemic presenting more opportunities for hackers.
They especially are effective in times of crisis like this.
Many scams involve messages using stimulus checks or COVID-19 vaccines to get unwitting consumers to click a malicious link or give up personal information. Sometimes con artists impersonate the IRS using threats to demand immediate payment or get valuable information to use for identity theft.
If you receive an email from the IRS, don't click on it, because the IRS does not use email.
Security experts say you can protect yourself by ignoring calls, texts, and emails from unknown senders, changing social media settings so hackers can't see information like your birth date or where you live, and using a virtual private network or VPN when filing.
It's a digital tunnel between you and the IRS that keeps what you send safe and secure,
increasing the chances that your return won't fall into the wrong hands.
Well, if you believe you were targeted in one of these schemes, you can submit information about the scam online at reportfraud.ftc.gov. Well, Boeing 737 MAX jets are back up in the air for Southwest Airlines.
That's right. The planes returned to service on Thursday with 44 daily flights to 15 U.S. destinations just for now. But by mid-April, the company says the jet will resume operations throughout its network.
The MAX was grounded nearly 2 years ago after 2 deadly crashes overseas. But the order was lifted last November after a major overhaul of the jet's software. American
Airlines and United have already resumed their MAX flights. Southwest has more of the jets than any other airline, with more deliveries from Boeing on the way. Well, if you share your Netflix account with other people, you may want to listen up. I've wondered why they haven't done this sooner, but the company's terms of service say accounts may not be shared with individuals beyond your household.
Well, now the streaming giant is testing a new feature that could crack down on password sharing. The way it would work is when a user selects their profile on a shared Netflix account, a pop-up will ask them to verify the account.
That would be done with a text or an email sent to the account holder. Users can also choose to verify later, in which case the pop-up will show up again at a later undetermined date.
If they can't confirm they're an authorized user, viewers will be prompted to set up a new account. The test feature is rolling out to a limited number of users who watch on the Netflix TV app. Well, it's not called password stealing, it's called password sharing, which implies that the person who's sharing it would probably just say approve.
Yeah, you would think. I don't know. I've always wondered how honestly, I've wondered it with Amazon Prime as well. Like if you force these people to all get their I don't know.
We'll see.
Anywho, grab some Thin Mints today or some peanut butter patties because today is National Girl Scout Day.
It commemorates the first official Girl Scout troop meeting on March 12, 1912 in Savannah, Georgia, where 18 girls were present. Today, the organization has more than 3.7 million members.
The Girl Scouts of America encourages girls to build confidence and character through service projects, outdoor activities, and adventures. To celebrate, support your local troops.
One of the easiest and yummiest ways is to order some Girl Scout cookies. What's your favorite Girl Scout cookie? I imagine
Peanut butter patties.
That's why you.
However, I told you, Kaylin, our evening producer, had these. They're supposed to be like toasted cinnamon, I don't know, they're really good. There's no me to wrap,
Gotta
but
try those.
really good.
We could talk about Girl Scout cookies all day.
Maybe we'll pull them up for the next hour.
Well, first, will the warm weather stick around for the weekend? Storm Track 15 meteorologist Adam Olivier is tracking what you can expect next. Stay with us, 6:47 on your Friday morning.
Always tracking, always alerting. Here's your Storm Track 15 weather.
Welcome back to News 15 today. The spring weather that we've been seeing looks to be around once again today.
Yes, we're checking in now with Storm Track 15 meteorologist Adam Olivier to find out how long it's going to stick around. Adam, what do you have for us?
Well, Alex and Carter, we are looking at those warm temperatures out there yet again today. I'm saying we're staying dry today. There could be an isolated shower, but nothing that's really going to be anything of significance. For the weekend, we stay relatively dry until Sunday afternoon. That's when we're tracking some rain there. And then next week, well, the pattern just kind of sticks around. We don't see any major changes anytime soon. I-10 and I-49, though, showing what many of us are waking up to this morning, if you can actually see outside. We have a lot of fog in Lafayette. I-10 and I-49 here. And, man, this is a rough go of things. That fog has thickened all morning long. You can see Lafayette, Abbeville, and New Iberia reporting that fog here. Temperatures in the mid-60s. If you're not seeing the fog, you're seeing a lot of gray skies, lots of clouds up towards Ville Platte, Opelousas, and Jennings. Those gray skies stick around through the morning time. We climb from the 60s to the 70s pretty quickly, but it's going to be a little bit slower than yesterday just because of some of that low cloud cover that we'll have lingering through about 11 o'clock. By the afternoon, though, yeah, we're going to see enough sunshine. I believe today we're going to hit 80 degrees at Lafayette Regional Airport. We will see about that, but it's going to be a warm one regardless. We'll either end in the upper 70s to right around 80 degrees. And then this evening, well, it's going to be a mild, muggy one. Staying dry, though. So for those Friday evening plans, you don't have to worry about anything going on outside other than a little bit of a breeze in those humid conditions. Mid-60s overnight, although a little cooler up towards Opelousas and Ville Platte. And looking ahead through the weekend, tomorrow, a few isolated showers are possible, but again, rain chances so low, I really don't even want to mention them, but I'm going to throw in a shower or two tomorrow. Sunday looks a little bit better for those rain chances late in the day. Don't forget about the time change here, Saturday night into Sunday, and then into next week. We'll be tracking more of those showers and thunderstorms through about Wednesday before our next system comes on through by Thursday. We'll be watching that for you, but in the meantime, just get ready for more of those warm temperatures out there.
Okay, good deal, Adam. Thank you for that. We'll check back shortly. We've got a lot coming up here in our next hour on Fox, a lot in our Crime Watch to tell you about this morning.
Yeah, so stick around. We'll be right back after this short break.
What school? You know?
What school is it?
Oh.
Woodville.
That's not good. Shoot. Well, forget that. I wish we could send someone over there if it's actually bad.
You taking Alex on a one shot? Oh.
Some breaking news to tell you about this morning. Happening right now, Lafayette firefighters are on the scene at Woodville Elementary School. A commercial fire ignited in the kitchen, and luckily it's now out.
The fire was reported around 6 this morning by a neighbor. The cause of the fire is unknown at this time. We'll release more information as it becomes available. Well, Lafayette Mayor President Josh Guillory laid out the allocations of this money among the 7 jurisdictions in the parish. In a statement, he says he's concerned about the money and if it will cause inflation and monetary instability over time. Of course, this coming from the national stimulus package.
Yes, and kind of switching gears here, Julie's Boutique will be showcasing stylish new spring arrivals and hosting several pop-ups of other local businesses for all to enjoy this weekend. They're located on Reyna Drive here in Lafayette. For more details, head on over to their Facebook page.
One final look at that forecast shows that we're going to have more clouds to deal with today with some warm conditions and a breeze out there, but very similar to what we've been dealing with the past few days. We're going to talk more about that and rain chances going into the weekend for you coming up in our next hour.
Okay, good deal, Adam. Thank you for that. Like we said, we'll meet you over on Fox 15. We've got 2 more hours coming your way.
That is right. Don't go anywhere. We got plenty more coming up. We're going to break down more of that stimulus package, COVID-19 vaccine information, and plenty more.
Luckily, we live in a neighborhood that so raises kids who live this lifestyle. So thankful. Your kids are also 3 and 4. There is no social media. My brother-in-law. Talk to me when they, get a video game. Just like you name everybody that gave their kids iPads. Guess whose kids are on them more than anybody? So I don't understand why people are exactly. It's crazy to me that.
Hey, if y'all can hear me back there, did y'all see the email about the fire?
Because you don't know. You know? That could very well be your child.
Waka waka.
Or it would take videos of the kids like saying, "Thank you, Dad." And I'll be like, "Yeah, but like," and he'll be like, "So glad I taught them manners." But like they don't though. I literally have to say, if you do not say excuse me and interrupt again.
Turn Adam's mic off, please.
I'm a dragon.
Dragging these knuckles across your face and keep going.
Yes, I did say I was a dragon. I don't know, just a dragon. A boring dragon. American dragon? What's that?
Dragon tails?
Dragon. Okay.
President Josh Guillory breaking down the specific allocations of COVID-19.